Right. Hi, everyone. Thanks so much for tuning into the channel. I'm here with Mason, and today we're going to be talking about travel PT. Mason, tell us a little bit about what inspired you to get into travel therapy and also just a little bit about yourself.
So there wasn't like a defining moment for me as far as getting into travel. But like in school, I went to CSM in New Orleans and DC, talked to some recruiters there, and then just learned about it there. And then we had a recruiter come talk to my school like our third year. So just learning about that, doing my research, learning about the flexibility of it, the pay of it. That's really what intrigued me to start. And I felt behind from like peers, just knowing like how long school for PT was. Like it's going to take 7 years until you're really making an income. So I was like, what can I do to like catch up and just learning, running the numbers, seeing you can make like 1.5 to 2 times the income as a new grad. That's really kind of the main thing that inspired me. But it definitely a combination of things. And then I would say, like I said, the flexibility of it, being able to take 2, 3 months off, and not really have any consequences with that versus like a full-time job. You wouldn't be able to do it maybe like 2 to 4 weeks a year. And then even then, like they're not going to let you take off 4 weeks in a row. It's going to be like 2 weeks and then you got to come back. So that's really the thing that inspired me. And then just a little bit about me. Been traveling since 2021. I started a full-time job for a year just to get experience, but honestly, with COVID, there wasn't much opportunities with travel then anyway. So at this point, I think I've done 10 contracts
Oh, wow.
between acute care and outpatient. Been to maybe 6 states, mostly in the East Coast, Southeast area. But after I'm married, I'm going to try to really hit the good spots, destination places, like Hawaii or
Oh,
somewhere
nice.
where there's a beach. So,
Yeah. Yeah. Those are great. Like, it's great that you took the leap, especially like in the middle of COVID. I know that was a tough time to
mhm.
travel. Do you think like from your perspective, do you feel like new grads can travel because you had a year of experience under your belt, but you've had 10 contracts up until this
Yeah.
point, so you have like a unique perspective on that.
Yeah, so there's a caveat to it. I got a year of experience, but I did acute care and then I started traveling in outpatient.
Oh,
So
okay.
like even though some like ortho acute care patients kind of helped my experience, like I still I feel like went into it as a new grad because I did outpatient for my first assignment and hadn't done that before except for clinicals. But I mean, new grads definitely can travel. They just need to learn like about therapy, travel therapy, because there's just so many ins and outs of it, like finding housing, tax home, just a lot of different things, licensing. It just can get complicated. And like I would say if you're a student like on a clinical and you're doing outpatient, you're saying like 8 to 10 a day. Put yourself in the right situation. Don't take a contract that you're going to be double booked all day. I'm big on like one-on-one outpatient contracts. Um, Definitely harder to find, but they're out there. So like I encourage new grads to travel. You just got to find the right situation, ask the right questions in the interview so you know what you're getting yourself into.
Yeah. Those are great points. And my first contract was one-on-one outpatient. I know you said they were a little more rare, but do you have like any advice for someone that's looking to get into just a one-on-one contract and any interview questions to kind of weed out? Because they can say they're one-on-one, but then they still kind of overlap. So do you have any advice on
Yeah,
that? Yeah.
so the big thing is learning what the outpatient like mills are, or the big chains like ATI, Athletico, Benchmark. those are the three big ones I can think of. I know there's some more. I just tell recruiters up front, like, I'm not looking to work at any of these places, and that'll wean them out. And then after that, the big thing is the interview.
Mhm.
And I would just ask, like, is it true one-on-one? So like patient comes in at 8, 30-minute appointment, so they're leaving at 8:30, or are they staying an hour, but they're seeing the tech for 30 minutes? So true one-on-one is going to be no overlap whatsoever, whether it be 30 minutes, 40 minutes, 45 minutes, an hour, which an hour I think is too long for me.
Yeah.
Sweet spot for me is like 45
40.
minutes.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
Actually, my last one was 30 minutes, and that almost felt too short.
Yeah.
But
40 minutes is a good in between, I feel like.
yeah, what
Yeah.
was yours when
It
you're?
was it was 40 minutes and the
Yeah.
evals were like 40 minutes too. So it was I feel like the treats were kind of longer, but then the evals kind of were quicker. So
hmm And like recruiters aren't gonna, a lot of them aren't PTs, so they're not gonna understand how that all works. They're gonna try to get you placed, and you just got to do your due diligence, and ask the right interview questions,
right.
ask how many patients a day is expected.
Yeah.
Um, if they're giving you a vague answer, then you need to
Yeah.
do more research.
Yeah.
Like go on, Facebook groups. That's what I've done before. Has anybody ever taken a contract with this company?
Hmm.
And then kind of just see what their caseload was like. And even just Googling like the place. And
Yeah.
if it's one-on-one, a lot of times these places are going to advertise that it's one-on-one because
Right.
that's just like a marketing tool
That's
for
true.
patients to come in.
Yeah. Have you ever been able to like talk to previous travelers that had worked there? Is that a thing too?
Yeah, usually it's once I get there though, but when it's
Yeah.
too late. But
Yeah.
no, there's been a couple times where recruiters have given me a current traveler's number, and I either called or texted them,
Yeah.
um, because that'll help. I mean, you want to talk to them versus the reverse clinical.
Yeah. Oh,
But I would, another thing is like hospital outpatient. That's where most of the one-on-one's going to be, and then
yeah.
like physician-owned private practices.
Oh, that's nice to know.
Yeah. Was yours like hospital outpatient?
It was a standalone, it was a private practice.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Have you ever gone to like a contract where you ask all the right interview questions, but it's still not what you expected? Because I feel like that's more common than not from like what I've heard from some people.
Uh-huh.
Not
I
more
would
common
say,
than not, but like it happens.
yeah, I mean, I had one where I kind of knew what I was getting into, but they kind of still lied during the interview.
Mhm.
Like how many patients a day.
Yeah.
I don't remember what they said, but it was pretty much double booking all day.
Yeah.
Um, but I knew what I was getting into because it was a benchmark, like an
Okay.
upstream, and
Yeah.
I just was gonna do it anyway,
Yeah.
because I needed to be in that location.
Yeah.
But they were just, pushy on units and
Yeah.
trying to tell me how to treat, like
Oh God.
diversify
Yeah.
diversifying units, like
Yeah.
getting one unit of everything for every patient. And
Oh God.
that was, yeah, that was a rough one where I just stood my ground and billed less than other clinicians there, but I'm like, I'm not gonna lose my license over this.
Yeah. Truly. Because it's also nice too, because you're in the position where like even though it does kind of suck like during the while you're in the period, there's like an end date, so that is like an
Mhm.
upside to travel too.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, they're gonna only be 13 weeks, so
Yeah.
I mean, even if it's miserable, you can find a better one next time.
Yeah. You live and you learn. Do you have any regrets like what going into travel therapy, any mistakes that you made that you could
hmm I would say like not negotiating a couple of the contracts. I'd say most of them I negotiate. The first one, feel like I got a little lowballed, but it was just I feel like part of it was the timing of it with like 2021. We were still wearing masks in clinic and it
Oh,
was just a
wow.
different time.
Yeah.
Um, and then I didn't have any outpatient experience. But I mean, it doesn't hurt to ask for more money. If they deny it, they deny it. You could try to wait it out a little bit if it's not like a contract you love, and then they might. I've had a couple times where they come back and say, "Oh yeah, we can actually do that."
Yeah.
But um, for me, another one would be not having like three licenses, two or three or four licenses up front. I was just playing the game where I'm going to take this contract, I'm going to sign it, then I'm going to apply for the license. Um, Hopefully my start date doesn't get delayed, which it never did, but I just, was trying to be frugal and not pay for the license up front until
Hmm.
I got a job. But most companies are going to reimburse you for the license anyway, so I
Right.
would recommend getting like two or three states you're going to plan on traveling to. That way, you'll have a better chance of getting the job and then starting on time because some of these jobs are going to have like in the description license in hand.
Yeah.
um
I've seen that. Yeah.
yeah, so I mean it was worked out for me for 10 contracts, but I'll probably change my ways pretty soon and just get the contract, I mean get the license before even getting an interview.
Yeah. I think that is smart too, because I've heard like some state licenses take forever to get, and
Hmm.
some people actually like lose their spot because they didn't get the license in time. So,
Yeah.
are you in the compact states?
No, Florida's
Oh, I am
like,
too. Yeah.
oh,
We're in
really?
the same boat then. Yeah.
Yeah, it's taken forever. Like like, I don't know, they've initiated legislation and then they took it away. And it's
Yeah.
just, I think California's hasn't done anything. Those are like two big states where you're going to get a lot of people that are travelers.
Yeah.
Um,
I think too that even like going into travel therapy as a new grad and like in not in the compact states, I still would say it's worth it. Like there's more
mhm.
logistics to it, but it's not this like over the top thing. It just requires a little more planning.
Yeah, it's just planning and like even contacting the board if you feel like you've got everything in and you look at an average timeline and you still don't have the license.
Right.
Um, I just call. I mean, I'll bug them if it's taking too long, and usually they'll speed the process up a little bit.
Oh, that's good to know.
Yeah, I mean, I've only had to do it once or twice, but if
Yeah.
you call them or email them repeatedly, they're gonna put you maybe a little more ahead of the line. But
Oh, good.
um, yeah, I mean, fingerprints take the longest for
Yeah.
most states. And then my fiance, she has the compact, so I'm seeing how that works, and it's way easier.
I don't even want to know.
You just go on there, pay the fee, and then you have it.
Really?
The only thing I didn't know was like that compact privilege expires when your home state license expires.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
and that's kind of like regardless of when you apply for it.
Yeah.
So like you might have to renew the compact pretty soon. Um, you just want to look at it beforehand to make sure you time it right.
Yeah. So they have a little bit of inconvenience, but not as much as non-compact.
Yeah. Yeah. If Florida would just go ahead and do it and make life a lot easier.
Yeah, truly.
I think it's just a money grab at this point.
Yeah, because it's like random states too. I think it's like New York, Florida, California, and like Minnesota.
Hmm.
But I also think too, I've heard that like you to go to like work in Florida, you have it's like non-compact. So you have to go through like the whole process of it, whether you're compact or not.
Yeah. Did you see they're requiring you to do like fingerprints now for
Doesn't surprise me.
just to renew your license, even if
Oh,
you're like that's your primary state and you're not a traveler.
oh, well, that's good to know, I guess.
Yeah, they sent an email out like a month ago, so
Yeah.
my license is up for renewal in like November and they're making me
Oh,
do
okay.
fingerprints.
Oh, good. Great. In terms of, so budgeting as a traveler, I know there's a lot of different ways people go about this, but in your experience, how have you done it?
So I did write a blog on this one. If what I'm saying doesn't make sense, you can go read it. But basically what I do, I'll set a savings goal for the contract based on how much income I'm expecting, which I mean you're gonna pretty much have that set in stone. Um, the income I do minus what I'm gonna get for the savings, and then I do minus what my fixed expenses are gonna be, and then whatever's left over, I'll divide that by say 13 weeks for an assignment, and then whatever's that number is, that's pretty much my discretionary spending, like eating out, traveling, etc. I do put like groceries and gas and fixed expenses, even though it's like not going to be the same every week, but I kind of have experience where it's going to be a range that's pretty consistent. So I'll do that. And then like if the discretionary spending seems too low and it's just too tight, then I'll adjust my savings goal. And then over time, you just get a feel for it, what to expect. I mean, like my first contract kind of did it that way, and then I saved way more than my goal. So then the next contract, I just had a higher goal, but that worked better for me.
Yeah. I think that's with traveling too, like there's some variability, but I think the more you do it, do you feel like you've gotten like it seems like you've gotten a pattern with it on what you spend and like how to budget. So
Yeah. And I would just like really track every week my discretionary spending, basically the fun money.
yeah,
But honestly, like with experience, I kind of just stopped doing that, and it's
yeah,
gonna pretty much be around the number on the savings goal that I set,
yeah,
even without like tracking it very on a small scale.
yeah. I think once you like after a certain number of contracts, I'm getting into that point too. You kind of go on autopilot and then it just gets easier. Because I
Yeah.
don't know about you, but like as a new grad too, I feel like this is like the hardest period because you start at zero. So you
hmm
have to like you're really you have a lot of different goals. So like that might be the hardest time, honestly. I don't know if people can relate to that, but
Yeah. But, a big tip I'd have is just trying to keep an emergency fund and then like save money between contracts because
yeah,
you're not going to have any income coming in
yeah,
during your off time, unfortunately. But
yeah,
hopefully, the more money you make will offset that.
yeah. Do you have any like red flags that you look for in interviews or like questions that you ask to
hmm
kind of rule out any suspicious activity in a contract?
Yeah, like I said earlier, if in the interview, if there's like a vague response, they're trying to avoid the question, then to me that's a red flag. Definitely for a new grad, if you're going to be the only PT on staff, that's something I wouldn't want to do. Um, Guaranteed hours is a big one. Try to get 40. 36 is fine, but if there's no guaranteed hours, that's kind of a red flag. Because at that point you not promised anything. Um, what else? I would say unrealistic productivity. We kind of talked on that. Um, I mean, you're seeing more than 14 patients an outpatient a day. I think that's too many.
Yeah, that is pretty rough. And
First,
some people can do it, but it really like takes a lot out of you.
yeah, I mean, people can do it, but just see what your prior experiences are.
Mhm.
Like I said, if you've done clinicals with like one-on-one, then shouldn't
Right.
do double booking as a
Yeah,
traveler.
that's true.
And then another red flag I'd say would be like no orientation or onboarding plan. So just make sure you ask what's the ramp up period going to be, and if they don't have an answer for you, that's going to be a red flag.
Yeah.
But I've seen like even full-time new grads come in where I'm a traveler at, and their ramp up period's just like slightly more than mine. So I've been pretty fortunate to have pretty good ramp up periods for my contracts. This one was like it was like a week and a day I was with somebody.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
yeah, so but like the acute care hospital I worked out of school, they did just a week.
Yeah.
So I mean, I guess I had a slower ramp up by a day, but
Yeah.
I don't think, I mean, none of my contracts they've thrown me to the wolves necessarily, but I kind
Mhm.
of like made sure in the interview that wasn't going to happen, which I mean, they can lie to you, but it's
Yeah.
not super likely.
Yeah. Too. Do you have what advice would you give to someone that's on the fence about traveling, but they're still not really sure about it?
Just do it. It's only 13 weeks. If you don't like it, you can go find another full-time job. Yeah, I mean, you just got to go for it. Like get a mentor, whether it be your recruiter, someone like me, anybody to help guide you through the process. Talk to other travelers, and then just go for it. I mean, it'll depend on your goals in life, but I mean, especially if you're single, like if you're single, you don't have any kids, no obligations, you definitely should do it. Like this opportunity can just be a couple years for you because I mean, if you start a family, um, or get married, you just might not have the opportunity again. And just I feel like you're doing, taking 2 months off, like nobody else can do that unless you quit your full-time job, and then you'll have to go through that process again. Jobs don't really care if you traveled, took time off, they're gonna hire you. There's just such a need for PT at this point. So I've seen that as a concern, like traveling and then trying to go find a full-time job, but there's just such demand for PTs that it doesn't really matter.
Yeah. And I think that's a really like great point that there is such a demand and that even that if you are a new grad that you do bring like value to the marketplace and that's something
hmm
that I wish I would have heard like to negotiate like you said and even if it's just for like CEU credits like negotiate something because
Yeah.
your worth is there like
Yeah, you should negotiate. I mean, if they say no, whatever. But what I do even is like go find the job posting on another company's website because you're not going to want to, you can't apply for the same job with two different companies.
Mhm.
You're basically going to get um, blocked from that. You'll get blocked from the job completely. I've like just found a posting on another website, sent it to the recruiter, and they'll match it.
Oh,
So. That way, if you're with a company, you want to keep your benefits and you just like the company itself, then you can just go find another job posting and sometimes they'll match it. They really should match it, but maybe not always.
that is a really good tip and that's like a tip that nobody really talks about.
hmm
So,
Yeah, that's what I did for this one. I don't know if I've done it before or not. I've negotiated, but I don't think I've found one before and sent the screenshot.
oh, that's good to know. Do you like go on a certain website or just kind of look through like no I know Nomadic Hair and like
Yeah, that's the one I actually used, I think.
yeah.
I think they didn't give me, I mean, you want to look at all the numbers, the whole pay package. They
Mhm.
didn't give me a ton of like CEU stuff or like license. I mean, they gave me 150 for license reimbursement, which basically what it cost, but
Mhm.
um I don't think they gave me like travel to the assignment,
Mhm.
which I usually get, but
Yeah.
whatever. I
Yeah.
only traveled like 3 hours, so I don't really care about that.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good. This has been super helpful, Mason. If people want to get in contact with you and just learn more, what's the best way they can reach you?
Yeah, so my website is thetraveldpt.com, and then Instagram you can find me the travel dpt. Um, that's all my sites I'm on right now.
Yeah.
Maybe if I grow more in the future, then I'll have more, but I feel like that's plenty for me.
Oh, yeah. No, and your blog is super helpful. Like I was reading it and I structured it around these questions. So definitely check out his blog. And I'll put in the comments too in the description.
Well, thanks for having me.
Yeah. Thank you everyone for tuning in.